that they might have butchered?
Say that question one more time.
Like, you know how Christians think when they die, they think they loved ones in the clouds looking down on them.
Right.
Is it a scripture that they butchered that I can read to see why they think?
I'm sure it is. I can't think off top. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's interesting that you we gotta have somebody man that though. Just in case some questions. Lamont man that. Just so other brother come. It's funny you asked that question because just the whole doctrine of Christianity is flawed, right? The whole thing about you dying going to heaven, of course, comes from a man and not the Most High. That's nowhere in the Bible, right? I will start at let me see. Give me doctrines of men. See if y'all can find that for me. We'll start right there. It's heavy you ask that because not only do Christians believe when you die you go to heaven, or when you die you go to hell. They also, you know what I'm saying, you look at what happened to R. Kelly, right? Everybody want to blame R. Kelly and say he's monster, and they should. You know what he done was horrible. You do a crime, you should go to jail for it. Here's the problem: where did R. Kelly learn? You know what I'm saying, about God at?
Christian church.
The Christian church. That's where he learned about God at, right there. He sing all those gospel songs. He tell you in his autobiography he grew up in the Christian church. What did he tell you? If you can remember, what did he tell you happened to him in the Christian church? Who knows?
He got molested?
He got molested. You understand? He was molested by 2 church members, according to him. Women. You understand? So that's where you got to start. When you look at any of the ills or the problems of black people, what we believe, how we think about God, our whole concept, it come out of the Christian church. All right, sis.
Could they get it from the scripture where Elijah descended up into heaven?
They could. We could pull that. We could pull that. We get the doctors of men yet?
Yeah, come on, guys.
You got it. What scripture?
Mark 7 and 6 and 7.
Let's get Mark 6 and 7 from me, right? Let's go there, y'all. Mark chapter 6, 7 verse 6. What's going on? Okay. I want to apologize to everyone for our late start. One-line listeners. We had a few technical difficulties, but we in the game now. All right.
To me, to what you asked for specifically in verse 7. But if you want 6 as well.
Okay. Read it. Start at 6. Read verse 6.
Mark chapter 7, verse 6. He answered and said unto them, What hath Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites? As it is written, the people honoreth me with their lips.
The people do what?
Honoreth me with their lips.
Let's see. Start at verse 1.
Yeah. Mark chapter 7, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Then came together unto the Pharisees.
The Pharisees was the religious leaders at that time. You understand? They no different from, your Episcopal preacher. You understand? Your Jehovah's Witness. It's all the same. When you look up these different doctrines, we'll see if we can pull it up. Every last denomination of Christianity come from a white man. All right. See if we can pull it. If we can find a picture of each doctrine. Who started the doctrine of Christianity? See if we can pull it up on the screen. Okay. Go ahead, Lamont.
Okay. And certain of the scribes which came from Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled.
They saw what?
And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled.
Keep reading.
That is to say, for the Pharisees.
What verse you at?
Verse 3 now. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands off, eat not.
Read verse 2 again.
Verse 2. Yeah. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled.
What does it say when they say eat bread with defiled? What are they talking about? Anybody know? They talking about hands. They eating bread, you know what I'm saying, with hands. They ain't washed their hands. You understand? Read on.
That is to say, for the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands off.
You skipped the whole verse.
It's like you,
when you said when you left off from the file, you said that is to say you missed the unwashing hands. Read it again, verse 2 again.
it's like mine don't have that part on my mark down.
Okay, Mark, you made Mark 7 and 2.
Yeah, con.
Read it. What yours say?
The last thing on verse 2 for mine is that is to say it don't have anything else.
Oh wow! Somebody here.
Mark,
That's why I kept having
to
to read. I'm like, damn, wait a minute. Am I losing my mind here? Go ahead, read 72. Let's go.
Come. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled hands, that is to say, with unwashing hands.
With what?
With unwashing hands.
Go ahead.
They found fault.
They what?
They found fault.
What's going on right here? A warrior.
Like it, sir. What they basically trying to say that because they're trying to making a new doctrine saying that you have to wash your hands before you eat.
Yeah, what you're gonna find about religious people is, you know, they want to do everything but obey the Most High. Meaning simple things like eating. You know, they say, "Oh, why you cussing like that? Ain't no way in the world." You know, this brother up here teaching about the word of God and he using cuss words. You see what I'm saying? That ain't of the Lord. Or like how they trying to say about the disciples, why are they eating with unwashing hands? Meanwhile, these cats who trying to accuse the disciples about eating with dirty hands is gremlins. Everybody understand? Right, so read on. You'll get it as we go. Let's go.
Verse 3: For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands.
Except they what? What?
It's like it. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands off, eat not.
Do what?
Eat not.
What does that mean? A warrior?
They can't eat until they wash their hands. They have to wash their hands.
Right. This was the thing here, you know, just like now. You know what I'm saying? Wash your hands before you eat. Okay, read on.
The traditions of the elders.
Read that part again.
The tradition, holding the traditions of the elders.
Holding the tradition of the elders. Washing hands, things like this nature is a tradition of the elders. But it ain't law. Ain't no law that say you got to wash your hands before you eat your food. You understand? But they're gonna try to make it seem like it's that they sinning by not eating, you know what I'm saying, with hands that ain't washed. Everybody should wash their hands before they eat. Sometimes you don't. It's okay. You ain't gonna die. Everybody understands? The Most High ain't looking at you like I got to put him to death because he ate that hot dog, that beef hot dog where he ain't washed his hands. You see what I'm saying? Religious people do that. You understand? Because they hold on to things that they more so like to hold on to things that make it seem like it's godly to do. You see what I'm saying? Without, I don't want to trip you up. Let's keep reading.
Go
ahead.
Verse 4. And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not.
Except they what?
They wash. Except they wash, they eat not.
Right. They held on to tradition so strong, they ain't eat unless they wash their hands. Everybody understand? Read on.
And many other things there be, which they have received to hold as the washing of cups and pots, brazen vessels, and of tables.
Read on.
Verse 5. Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, why walk not thy disciples according to the traditions of the elders?
Why not the disciples do what?
Walk not thy disciples according to the traditions of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands.
Everybody understand? What are you learning about the disciples right now, right off top? What should it tell you? You should be understanding about the disciples. Okay.
I mean, you know, they just off this little description right here, they sound rough to me.
Get a brother a hand. You understand? These cats here ain't grow up in no church. You see what I'm saying? Else they would have did what? They've been doing what Christians do. Christians like to look good. They like to look like they serving God. They put on the suits. Their shoes is clean. The women come in there with the big hats and all of that. You understand? They don't supposedly the women. They don't use cuss words until you know until they man do something wrong and they cuss him out like a sailor. Okay, and then you will say, well, damn, grandma, I thought you was a woman of God. I know something, but sometimes we all fall short of the glory. Everybody understand? So these cats here was cats just straight out the ghetto. Just sort of like all the men that's in the Isupk. Everybody understand? Read on.
Verse 6. He answered and said unto them.
This is Christ. This is Christ's word. This is written in red. This is what Christ's response was right here. Read.
Well hath Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites.
Why? Well, did what?
Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites.
Nah, he cutting. You know what I'm saying? Christ would battle the religious institutions of black people. You know what I'm saying? Which was the Sadducees, the Pharisees, and the publicans. Right. Why did Christ focus on battling the religious institution of the Jews at that time? Our people at that time. Who knows? Who knows why? A warrior?
It's like it, sir, because they sat in Moses' seat. They was the one. They was the leaders.
No, that's too much. You're thinking for like, you know what I'm saying? How would you answer that if you breaking it down? You remember you breaking this down for people in the street. Okay, so you gonna get on the street and say, yeah, see, because they sit in Moses' seat. The people in it, they don't know nothing about that. A warrior.
Because those are people that the people looked up to as leaders.
Give them a hand. You understand? Because if you go fix blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, you got to go to the foundation of us being destroyed. And the foundation of us being destroyed is our religious institutions. You understand? Your religious institution, even if you don't go to church, how you think about God. That's why she just asked me. Why do black people think when you die, you go to heaven? You're going to be floating up there in the sky seeing all your ancestors that died in the past. Or you understand? Or you going to hell. How could you even think that when you die, you going to hell and you grew up on the west side of Chicago? And that's hell in itself. Your mother on crack, your father doing life in prison, everybody on the block, your parents is dead, shot up, people getting murdered in front of you every day. That's hell right there. Right. A warrior.
It's like I said, but what you actually know is don't nobody ever go to hell. Because when you go to church and everybody die, they always say they up there in heaven.
Yeah, everybody go. You die in the Christian church. Nobody never go to hell. But they will tell you that if you do so and so and so, you going to hell. I got news for you. America is hell. You get my point? Slavery, being brought over on slave ships is hell. You understand? Laying next to grown men and women defecating on each other, that's hell. Coming here and being in chains and having your babies taken away from you with no power is hell. Right. You understand? Even when you so-called came out of slavery, when you go on to Jim Crow, do some research on what Jim Crow was. Basically, white people was able to do whatever the hell they wanted to do to black people, man. You understand? During the time of the Depression, and black people, you know what I'm saying? If black people have food, because we were resourceful, we had food. White people were struggling during the Depression. If they ain't have no food, guess what they would do during the time of the Depression, the Jim Crow era? Who knows? Karaka?
It sounds like they'll come and take our food.
They come kick down your door, boom, and come take your food right off your stove or whatever else whatever they needed to do. You see what I'm saying? If they needed to fulfill their sexual desire, who you think they raped? White women? Nah, who you think they was raping? Sisters. Why? Because you could rape a black woman and get away with it. You see what I'm saying? You go rape a black woman and go sit in court and an all-white jury, and man, please, they not even going in the back to deliberate about anything. You understand? They don't have to. You see what I'm saying? It's a white man versus a black woman. Hey, he didn't do it. So they did whatever the hell they wanted to do. Now, as a black man, you sitting at home, your wife preparing a meal, the white man comes snatch your damn plate, you know what I'm saying, out of your damn hands, rape your woman in front of you. You can't do a damn thing about it. You telling me that's not hell? Right. You got to be out of your mind. Right. You understand? And here's another reason how you know that the Christian church is not the place to teach anybody anything. It's 1 million churches in Chicago, and they call this place Chirac. You see what I'm saying? It was some city they had on the news talking about this city got more churches than anybody in America, and it's the murder capital. That should tell you something right there. But we can't wake up to that. Everybody understand? Read on.
Verse 6.
You gonna wake up tonight though. Go ahead.
Mark chapter 7, verse 6.
Go ahead.
He answered and said unto them, Well have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites.
He did what?
Prophesied of you hypocrites.
What is a hypocrite? A rum? Give me more.
One that don't practice what they preach.
Right. They get up there and tell you all about God. Yeah, and so and so, and the Lord this. And then they turn and the choir sing, you know what I'm saying? And they're singing beautiful songs. The songs, they sound good. Only problem is when the church service is over, the reverend going to molest your son. Right. You see what I'm saying? What's the cat that got it? And there was in the church? Eddie Long. You see what I'm saying? He going Eddie Long. He Eddie Long, all right. You know what I'm saying to them boys. Everybody understand? This is the problem. Like you just said. I just told you about R. Kelly. It's cool to blame R. Kelly. R. Kelly ain't the problem. You see what I'm saying? He is the problem because he was the monster. He was a monster. But the people who taught R. Kelly, they the one that made that boy a monster. Going back to your question last when you asked, is people born, you know what I'm saying, wicked? You see what I'm saying? People learn wickedness in the Christian church. Everybody understand? That's where you learn to be wicked at. Read.
As it is written, the people honor me with their lips.
They what?
This people honor me with their lips.
With they what?
With their lips.
What does that mean? They honor me with their lips. Wrong.
They said I got a personal relationship with the Lord.
I got a personal relationship with God. Here you are. There's over billions of people on the damn earth. You got a personal relationship with the Most High. The Lord don't deal with nobody else but you. You see what I'm saying? Where in the hell is that at in the Bible? Nowhere. There's nowhere in the Bible where you got a personal relationship with the Most High. Everybody understand? They honor me with their lips. Christians talk about God. When you, this is how you know a person is not following the Most High. When they talk about God all day, every day, sun up, sun down, every other thing is God. They look at you, and they call you, hey, beloved. You see what I'm saying? When we lived in North Philly, in the barracks in North Philly, we stayed right next to a cat who called us beloved every day. Meanwhile, he's a crackhead. He's smoking all the crack in North Philly. Right. But he's every time, hey, beloved, and you know the Apostle Paul and Peter. You see what I'm saying? Read.
Howbeit in vain do they worship me.
How what?
Do it. Howbeit in vain do they worship me.
What does that mean? A rum?
It say the people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me.
Oh, you read that part right there.
This people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
But their what?
But their heart is far from me.
What does that part mean? They honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Does it mean the heart is far from the Lord? What does that mean? A rum?
I mean, they don't have no idea in their countries how to follow the law.
Yeah, you talk God, but your mind, you know what I'm saying? Your mind is nowhere near where the Lord wanted it to be. Everybody understand?
Yeah. Another thing Christians do, even with that word heart, they make it seem like you're talking about your heart and your feelings.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's really talking about your mind.
Your mind. Your heart doesn't think. You understand? Your only thing that your heart does is pump blood. You know, this Bible is a metaphor. That's why it's very difficult for Christians, you understand, to understand, because Christians take everything in the Bible literal. You understand? They still believe that a snake got up on his belly and was talking to Eve and telling her to don't listen to her man.
Right.
It was, you know damn well how Eve was a black woman. Was she not? You know how scared black women are of snakes. I don't think none of these sisters in here will sit around and let no snake get up and start talking to you, would you? Snake start talking to you, Yeah. I mean, only thing you gonna see is the back of the sister's feet. You know what I'm saying? You ever see them cartoons where the smoke left behind? I mean, come on, man. A sister ain't sitting around letting a mouse talk to her, let alone a snake. Okay, read on.
Verse 7. Howbeit in vain do they worship me.
What?
Howbeit in vain do they worship me.
Howbeit in vain do they worship me. What does that mean? Howbeit in vain do they worship me. How would you break that down to the deaf, dumb, and blind? What is vain? What is vanity? Or wrong?
Vanity is like you just wasting your time.
You gotta give me more. You know what I'm saying? Give me more. Give me the definition of vain real fast. Because obviously nobody knows. Somebody pull up the definition of vain quickly.
I got it.
Read.
Vanity, excessive pride, or excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements. Second, the quality of being worthless or futile.
Mm-hmm.
Similarities, futility, uselessness, pointlessness, and
That's
worthlessness.
what you want. It's useless. Uselessness, pointlessness. Now read it from the top again.
Mark chapter 7, verse 7. Howbeit in vain do they worship me.
What does it mean now? Just think of if you worship the Most High, what are you supposed to do when you worship the Lord? A warrior?
So if you worship him, you're supposed to do it with your heart, mind, and soul. But the way they go about doing it is meaningless, pointless, because they're not following. They really don't care about what.
That's what you need. Give them a hand. You understand? That's what you need. You got to become masters of being able to break down the scriptures to the deaf, dumb, and blind. You got to be able to break this down to where a 5-year-old will be able to understand what you're saying. Okay, DA?
It's another way of saying it's like, okay, in the Christian church, they do a lot of running around and screaming, which is useless. You know what I'm saying? They play drums and they sing, which is
you
useless.
can add on to that.
You know what I'm saying?
How he said it, starting off, was the perfect way to say it. Perfect. All right, read on.
Teaching for doctrines, the commandments of men.
Teaching for what?
Doctrines, the commandments of men.
Okay, did we get the picture up of all the different cats that started religion? Are these the fathers of these different
denominations?
Yeah. John Knox started the Presbyterian Church.
With the sword. It's just with the sword.
John Smith, the Baptist. John Wesley, Methodist. Episcopalian, what is it? I don't know.
Methodical.
Okay, what else we got here?
Francis Asbury, Methodist, on horseback.
They go to Protestant. What is it? Founder of the African Episcopal Church. That's Richard Allen there.
It's the first black man.
Right, first black man. Mistaken. So, you know, if you look at it, pull it down. No, I mean, go up. You see, except the one nigga on there. Here, what's the problem with this picture here? What's the first problem with all these different religions you see right here? Ryan, ain't no way to say it. Cover car.
All I see is white men.
That's the first strike right there. You see what I'm saying? That's what the first thing you got to deal with. It's nothing but white men up there. But what does the Bible say about the priests and prophets of the Lord? Give me Acts. Hold where we at. Give me Acts chapter 13, verse 1. Sis, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I want to see the name of that so I can look it up.
Okay.
ChristianityToday.com.
No, the denominational or whatever that word was. Founders.
Denominational founders.
Denominational founders. Go ahead.
Also, another thing that stands out to this is the time period that they created these religions.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We was in chains. We was enslaved.
That's a heavy point. You know what I'm saying? Which is also another problem, because the best way to introduce a religion, have a people follow a religion, is once you strip them of theirs. You see what I'm saying? We had our own religion, or our own faith, our own belief when they brought us over here on slave ships. Yeah, you understand? I used to always wonder why. I did learn early in school that they had to force the slaves to eat pork when they first got here, and I never understood why. You know what I'm saying? Because at my house, I had salami in there, bologna. Right. I just didn't see any reason why you would fight to eat pork. You see what I'm saying? In the morning, my mama got up, made bacon, pork, and pork was good to me.
Right.
And I'm sitting in class as a youngster, like, well, wouldn't they just accept the bacon? The bacon is good. Meanwhile, these were the children of Israel.
Right.
That's why they did not want to eat back then. Everybody understand? Okay. Where we at? Somebody read Acts 13:1 real fast.
Acts chapter 13 and verse 1.
This is what your preacher is never going to teach you. Read.
Now there were in the church that was in Antioch certain prophets and teachers.
Certain what?
Prophets and teachers.
When you're a black man, you tell somebody, yeah, I'm a certified prophet of the Lord. They look at you and say, look, yeah, okay, nigga, you's a prophet. You so black and Hispanic man, you so beat down. Nobody would ever believe that you're a prophet of God.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why that people have a hard time accepting Christ being a black man. But it's in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? When they describe his physical description, that is the physical description of a black man. Of course, you need other precepts as well, but let's just start with the physical description of it. Everybody understand? You start there because why? They got a picture floating around with Christ being with blue eyes, blonde hair, and a pale face. Everybody understand? Read what you got, brother, from the top.
Now there were in church
that
was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers.
Certain what?
Prophets and teachers.
One of the brothers in the school, his grandmother was white when he first came in, right? One of the things his grandmother told him, I am not going to accept the nigga Jesus. I'm just not going to do it. I say, damn, she told you that? That's hardcore. Read.
As Barnabas and Simeon.
Barnabas and who?
Simeon.
Read.
That was called Niger.
That was called what?
Niger.
Spell that out. Spell that out.
Niger.
Does anybody know what the word Niger means? Without a warrior.
I mean black, sir.
Black. The prophets and preachers, according to the Bible, was Niger, better known as nigger. Okay, I hate that you listeners online. I guess we can informed you of something new today. I know you see black people on the bottom and struggling. It's only because we did. It's a simple explanation for this. We disobeyed the Most High. But here's what everybody on the earth going to have to accept. God is a nigger.
Right.
I'm just going. I know you hate black men like some you could not believe. Christ is a nigger. The men who Christ taught was niggas. Everybody understand? The men that they taught was niggas. So on and so forth. It's just a nigga world that we in.
If I could just read this definition they got for Niger. It's like a more updated one. It says, in its original English language usage, nigger, also spelled Niger,
go ahead, brother,
was a word used for dark-skinned individual.
Was used for what?
For a dark-skinned individual.
When they brought the slaves over here during slavery, what did they say was for sale? Anybody know? Can we pull that up, Kawan? The old slave joints, the signs that when they had the slaves for sale, what it would say on there. Go ahead.
Cross with Ebos.
No, we don't need that. You should be able to find something that said Negroes for sale. Go ahead. Because I want. Yeah, they said Negroes for Negro, Niger. It's all the same. It's all the same word. Everybody understand? Read it from the top one more time. Around
Acts chapter 13 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers. As Barnabas and Simeon.
Go ahead.
That was called Niger.
That was called what?
Niger.
Well, that picture right there was historically would be wrong. Now let's go right back to Mark 7 and where we left off.
Mark chapter 7 verse 8. For laying aside the commandment of God,
read verse 7.
Mark chapter 7 verse 7. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrine.
The reason why our worship of the Most High is vanity, because you just seen the picture we just put up. 12 white devils up there. You understand? Trying to show you about God. Like he said, and meanwhile, these are the people who put chains on you. But this is who you trying to learn how to worship and follow God from. That's why your mind is so messed up. You ever wonder why black people are so destroyed? This is the root cause and the reason. Read, brother. From the top.
Howbeit, in vain do they worship me.
Go ahead.
Teaching for doctrines, the commandment of men.
Teacher for what?
Doctrines, the commandment of men.
What does that mean? Teacher for doctrine, the commandment of men. It's real simple. A warrior.
So like I said, you substituting, your traditions,
and
you making that the authority over actual God's law.
Yeah, I will break it down is the way that you learn about God comes from men. It don't come from God. You see what I'm saying? The Baptist church comes from a man. You understand? What's another popular religion that we follow? Seventh-day Adventists. Jehovah's Witness. These all was started by men, namely our oppressors. Everybody understand? Read on.
For laying aside the commandment of God.
You did what?
Laying aside the commandment of God.
What does that mean to lay aside the commandment of God? Karakar?
Meaning you took the laws that God left.
Yeah.
And you put them to the side.
Yeah, you put them to the side. You're not obeying what the Lord said to do. If we was obeying what the Lord said to do, the Black and Hispanic community, we might not be the top people because it's not our kingdom. But at least, we will be functioning at a good level. Our homes would be together. You see what I'm saying? This is why it's so important to follow God's laws, because when we don't follow God's law, we see what happened to us as a community. Everybody understand? Read on.
Ye hold the traditions of men.
You hold what?
The traditions of men.
Now you see, they was talking about the washing hands. What's a tradition of men that Christians hold fast to now? A warrior?
Celebrating Christmas.
Christmas. Reindeers flying. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, had a big shiny nose. I ain't the best singer in the world. I try. You see what I'm saying? But I every now and then, the Christianity in me, what I'm saying, what that was, I want to go turn off. I want to go turn on Rudolph every now and then. Because this is what I used to watch 20-something years every Christmas. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Putting trees in your house. You understand? Talking about eggnog and all these are traditions of men. Easter egg hunt. You see what I'm saying? Have a little. You got these little boys, they get kicked out of school every day, but on Easter, you got them put on colorful suits, talking about the Easter egg hunt. When every last one of these little niggas need their ass whooped. But they out hunting for eggs. How do I know? Because I was one of them. Everybody understand? Who had their head up? I was like, a warrior.
Like I said, you got the one of the greatest ones coming up end of this month.
What's that?
Next month, Halloween.
Halloween. That's a tradition of men. But the thing of it is, they hold on to it like it has something to do with the Most High. Everybody understand?
Yeah. Saying also when we was growing up, they had us saying grace at the table. You know what I'm saying? As if that make you somebody that the Lord look. What another one is? When you lay down before you go to sleep, they got you on bending knee, laying at the bed. Yeah. Saying a prayer.
Tooth fairy. Yeah. Take the tooth, put it under the bed. You know what I'm saying? Covered all of. I knew the tooth fairy. I knew the tooth fairy immediately was not real in my home, because when my tooth came out, I put it up under the pillow. When I woke up in the morning, it wasn't nothing up under it. So I say, obviously, the tooth fairy ain't real. Then hold on. Then one year I put it up under there. I flipped it over, and it was a green food stamp. But no, I'm joking. I'm only joking. Go ahead.
Was the tooth still there?
The tooth was there, but wasn't no money there. So the tooth fairy wasn't real. You see what I'm saying? I knew Santa Claus wasn't real when I put cookies and milk on top of the stand or whatever, and I see my mother's boyfriend get up with his big white cane drawers on, eating the damn milk and cookies. I said, well, damn, I thought Santa was going to eat that. Why you eating Santa stuff here?
When I used to go to a school that was a lot of white people in that joint when I was younger, and I used to believe that Santa Claus crap, you know what I'm saying, the tooth fairy and all that. But like you said, my tooth was still under the pillow. I never seen Santa Claus, so I asked my pops one day. I said, "Is Santa Claus racist? Is the tooth fairy don't come to black people's house?" Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, because I go to school, these people talking about some Santa Claus came to their crib. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they got money for, you know what I'm saying? They took.
Man, please. Only way black people got gifts during Christmas time, man. Somebody pull up with a truck and hand you the damn gift, man. Nobody cover you. No chimney. That does. Everybody look to get in line. That's it. Like, all right, back in your head. Get out the way. Who could that? What you want, boy? I'll take that truck right there. You see what I'm saying? But you talking these are traditions of men that they're not real. Everybody understand? Christianity is not real. This Christian God that you believe in, you're not dying and going to see none of your aunties and uncles. They dead. You ain't going up there to see none of them. Right. You ain't going to see Tupac. A lot of you think you're going to see Tupac when you go up there. Oh yeah, I can't remember when I'm gonna go see Tupac, and I guess Sammy Davis gonna be waiting on you too up there, huh? And Whitney Houston gonna be up there singing. I mean, come on, man, stop it. Read.
God with God. For laying aside the commandment of God, he hold the traditions of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other things, such like things ye do.
They say you eat out of dirty pot, and they say you ain't a man of God because you boil them hot. Why you ain't wash that pot before you boil them hot dogs? Ain't nowhere in the world you know priest and prophet of God. Did you see what he just did? Read.
God on God. And he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God.
Full well you do what?
Reject the commandment of God. That ye may keep your own tradition.
That you may what?
Keep your own tradition.
Break it down. A warrior.
So like I say, you say the you know, you got the Christian church to tell you law done away with, so that way they can continue celebrating Christmas.
That's
they
the point.
Continue believing that, you know, Christ ain't no color. He was olive or Mid Eastern.
Middle Eastern. That's what they tell you. That's what the white people tell you. A black person ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? You know, they just don't. You know, black persons they whatever, man. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? But a white person, you battle them in the scriptures because you think white people know the Bible. White people don't. How long have you been in the school? We go on the street, battle white people. They don't have a clue what's in the Bible. They don't even know. You show them a scripture, they be swearing they know. You know what I'm saying? Then you see how actually dumb they are. You understand? They don't know what's in here. So what they tell you when you pull out the color of Christ, immediately they say, "Oh yeah, I knew that." But he was Middle Eastern. I ain't found that as a nationality yet. You see what I'm saying? They do any. Why are they telling you he's Middle Eastern? Who knows? I know you know. But what is the whole spirit behind them telling you that once you show them that the Bible say he had woolly hair and skin like bronze? Why are they saying to you that he's Middle Eastern? What's the spirit? A rum.
Because they don't want to believe that he's a black man.
That's the whole point. Give a rum a hand. You understand? Nobody want to believe that God and his prophets in Christ is a nigga. They refuse to give you credit. They'll tell you what they just did by telling you he missed the Middle Eastern, and they just made up a nationality. They rather make up a nationality than give you credit, you know what I'm saying, for being a man of God. You understand? Now you should see you have to understand that because you will understand the whole problem with this earth is that they don't want to accept the Most High, nor the man that's supposed to represent the Lord. Everybody understand? You're the most hated man on the earth because you actually are the best representation for the Most High. Right. Everybody understand? Right. What did Christ say? No, they hate me. No, they gonna hate you. He told you that, sis.
When you brought that up, it kind of reminded me of one of the classes I had watched, or one of the camps I had watched.
Yeah.
And somebody walked up and they was like, what they say? He was of olive complexion.
Yeah, he was green. That's what olive complexion means. Y'all ever seen a green person before? I ain't, unless they paint themselves. I doubt they came out their mother's womb like that. But anyway,
I can't remember what city it was, but the camp that explained Revelations, and then automatically was like, well, why you gotta be a color? God was many colors. Like many colors.
Yeah. Well, once you go into the color of Christ, that's another thing that they say. Well, I didn't heard a preacher say, well, he didn't have a color. Yeah. Nobody's saying it. Nobody know what he was like. Even though you read what it says. I mean, goddamn. A rum.
A lot of them say color don't matter.
Of course, it don't matter, but it matters in the head. Somebody pull for me John 7:38. This is the proof that everything about Christ matters. You understand? Go ahead.
Color don't matter until Black Lives Matter.
Right. Color don't matter. Color don't matter. It matters when you go sign that application on it. It matters when you get pulled over by the cops. Color don't matter. So
that was interesting that you said that it doesn't matter until you have to fill out the application.
yeah.
America's the only place that does that. I just learned that.
Oh,
It's the only
Fozzie.
place that has you have to fill out your ethnicity,
Yeah.
Your race, and all that on
Right.
the application.
It's because really, what you got to remember, America's conspiracy. People think conspiracies is hidden, but a conspiracy is something that's right plainly in your face. The reason why they put on the application your nationality because they don't want to hire niggas. I just don't know what way to tell you. That's why it's on there. Otherwise, it wouldn't matter. Right. Everybody understand? But seeing that race matters in America, it matters that you a nigga. So the job looks and say, okay, we done reached our quota on hiring niggas. We won't be hiring another one. Throw his application in the garbage. Everybody understand? Let's go. Come on.
John chapter 7, verse 38.
Uh-huh.
He that believeth on me.
This is Christ's words. This is what Jesus Christ said about him and believing on him. Read it from the top again.
John chapter 7, verse 38.
Go ahead.
He that believeth on me.
If you're going to believe on Christ, read.
As the scripture have said.
As the what?
As the scripture.
You got to believe on Christ as the scripture have said. You can't be saying that Christ died for all races and people when it don't say that. You can't be saying that it don't matter what color Christ is when it's in the Bible. Everybody understand? You can't be making up. You can't make up Christ. You can't make up a Christ like the Christian church have done. Now let's go back to Mark. We're gonna get up out of this chapter. I'm gonna finish up.
Mark chapter 7, verse 8.
Go ahead.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And he said unto them, for where you reject the commandment of God.
You reject the commandments of God. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to obey, you know what I'm saying, what the Lord's a Christian can't even stop eating pork. Right. It's in the Bible to not eat pork. They're gonna tell you pork is the other white meat. We can eat it. The Lord and blessed it. Okay, read.
That you may keep your own tradition.
Yeah, you reject the commandment of God. You're gonna say, I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing about eating pork. I'm gonna eat pork. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church is full of homosexuals that they rejecting the commandment of God because homosexuality is a death penalty offense in the Bible. Right. Everybody understand? Read on.
Verse 10. For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother.
Moses said what?
Honor thy father and thy mother. Mm-hmm. And whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
What does it mean to honor thy father and thy mother?
While you respect your parents, rather if they right or wrong, you hold your tongue and you respect your father, you respect your mother.
You for sure, respect them, but it ain't talking about whether they right or wrong. Not here. A warrior.
It's like when they get up in age and they can't take care of themselves, you take care of them like they took care of you when you was a child.
That's what it's give them a hand. You understand? That's what it means to honor your father and your mother. Don't be a gremlin, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you went through some ups and downs with your parents. You don't agree with a few things, but when they get old, you know what I'm saying, you have to take care of your parents. You know what I'm saying? They took care of you when you was a child, fed you, showed you how to walk, talk, everything else. It's gonna come a time when your parent gonna be like a child. You're gonna have to bathe your parents. You're gonna have to take care of your parents, put them hopefully in your home. You can have them to where you put them in the home and you don't put them in foster care where they're in there beating the hell out of them. Mm-hmm. I was watching one video, the damn caretaker was in there beating the hell out of the old woman. I said, good night. I don't want my mother to go through that. But that's what the hell that's what they do in there. Because the people violent. Damn near it's like if the demon that's on the people in the caretaker home is the old people, I guess, make them bad. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What type of demon that is when you beat the hell out of a woman that they can't even defend herself. But anyway, everybody gets the point. All right. Take me to Isaiah chapter 1, verse 5. Somebody give me the answer the sister's question about the whole dying and going to heaven. And the whole dying and going to heaven or hell. Let's get that. All right. Yeah, let's go whole Isaiah 1 and 3. And then let's get what actually happens when you die. Get that one. And what was the precept you called us earlier?
That
Go ahead.
was
No, one you said about somebody going up to heaven.
Oh, and I was like, did they get that from when Elijah was ascended up into heaven? Like, did they twist that? You know, and
Yeah,
that?
somebody get that when Elijah went up to heaven. Warrior.
I hear the what actually happens in Psalms.
Oh, somebody also get the whole concept of why Christians believe when you die you go to hell. The whole pull up the Dante's Inferno. So,
Which John was he reading from? 7 and 38.
just John, not First John or Second John, just the Book of John. Okay.
Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno up there. Okay. Let's go over the
Purgatory, right?
yeah. Let's go over the what happened when you die first.
So I got a scripture.
You got for what happens when you die. Tell them when you at.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 7.
I ain't got my pocket full of me. Let me pull it up on my phone. Ecclesiasticus where?
12 and 7.
All right.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 7.
You said Ecclesiastes. They ain't said it with a little venom. Like he was mad that we asked him. You know? That's how you get down. What you said, 12 and 7, right?
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
All right, hold on. All right, read it one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
And then the spirit shall do what?
Shall return unto God who gave it.
Break it down. One.
When you die and when you put a body back into the earth, it becomes dust.
Yeah. How do you know that? How do you know that it becomes dust? Where?
Because over a period of time it decays.
Yeah, the bones, your bones, what I'm saying, they deteriorate in the earth and you become dust again. That's what you read right here. It ain't that hard. Read it one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was.
Then to the dust return to the earth is what?
As it was.
Read.
And the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
Then the spirit shall do what?
Return to God who gave it.
What does that part mean? Well,
it means that we're going to send back into the power of who created us.
That's what happens when a baby, before a baby is conceived. Once a baby is conceived, a baby receives a spirit. Once you die, your bones go back into the earth. Your spirit goes back up to the Most High. Everybody understand? What happens to that spirit once it goes back up to the Most High? Warrior.
So like I said, can I precept it with this?
Yeah, let's go.
Psalms 104, Psalms 104, verse 29. Thou hidest thy face.
Hold on 1 second. You said Psalms where?
104, verse 29.
Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 104, verse 29. Thou hidest thy face.
Thou what?
Thou hidest thy face. They are troubled.
They are what?
They are troubled.
Go ahead.
Thou takest away their breath.
They take away what?
Their breath. They die.
They what?
They die.
Everybody understand that? They die. Read.
And return to their dust.
And they what?
And return to their dust.
Everybody understand? So far, we following. Read on.
Verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit. They are created.
So when you die, you understand, according to verse 29, when they die, the Lord take away thy breath, thou die, thou will turn back into the dust, right? Then your spirit goes back up to the Most High. Everybody understand? Then what happens to your spirit? Read verse 30 again.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
Thou what?
thou sendest forth thy spirit.
You come right back to earth. Everybody understand? This is where it's important to understand that, because when you have to understand while you're living on this earth, the things that you do while you're here, you're gonna be judged for. You understand? So when you're born back into the earth, you understand this is how you know whether your past life you did what the Lord said or you didn't obey the Most High. You understand? Based upon when you're born back into the earth, right? Follow me. This is why we're born into what? Slavery. Yeah, everybody understand? We're born into slavery because of we didn't obey the Most. That's all blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is born into slavery because we didn't obey the Most High in our past life. Everybody looking at me like I got 3 heads. What I'm telling you is in the Bible. We're gonna pull that next. Good boy, keep reading.
They are created.
They are what?
They are created.
Mm-hmm.
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
Thou do what?
Renewest the face of the earth.
Everybody understand? You know, so you renew right back on the face of the earth. You coming right back. Read on. Mm-hmm. Give me oh man, what's that precept?
The rich man, Lazarus.
No, not that one. Go ahead.
What about when Christ talked to the disciples
and
the regeneration?
You give me that. What Christ was talking to the cat who was born blind. Okay.
Trying to find the one in the apocrypha.
Yeah.
Why I can't find it for the life of me.
Then give me the one where it says I found under the sun.
That's Ecclesiastes.
About the whole heaven. Give me the heaven and hell precepts. Oh, give me the one where it says there's no remembrance of past things. Yeah, you definitely need that. Wow.
Which one you want first, sir?
It don't matter. It don't matter. We just want to run through them.
I think it's Matthew 22. It's 23 and 30. Is that the blind man?
Matthew what?
I'm just about to check. Matthew 22.
Precept what says.
Hold on, y'all talking over each other. Go ahead, Ryan.
I had a precept what says there's no remembrance of former things.
Yeah, give me that.
All right, come. There's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 11. All I can got it?
Come around.
There is no remembrance of former things.
Hold on 1 second, brother. Slap. One in what?
1 and look, can I start verse 10?
Yeah. You can start. We'll start at verse 9. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9.
Go ahead.
The thing that have been is that which shall be.
Read that again.
The thing that have been.
Thing of the past. Read.
That have been. It is that which shall be.
Read that. Hold on, what's going on with y'all reading tonight? Is it a demon here or what? You know what I'm saying? Mark was reading.
Mine didn't have the entire.
I'm just saying. A warrior did the same thing a few minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I read it from the top again.
Come. The thing that have been.
Say it again. Have you got
this is King James?
I know it's the King James. I'm just trying to understand what you say. Go ahead.
The thing that had been.
Bam. It's a demon here tonight. Y'all give me something to sprinkle in the air, like the incense or something. Y'all know I don't really like it. Liz, you had might light it tonight. Read it one more time, bro.
The thing that have been.
The thing that have been, meaning the thing of the past. Read.
It is that which shall be.
It is that which shall be. The thing of the past is that which it's the thing that will be of the future. Everybody understand? The thing of the past will be of the future. Read.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
That which is done, read,
is that which shall be done.
what does that mean? Kwan?
When the Most High, the angels judge the matter on this particular person, then the matter would be established.
We'll say it again, Sloppy.
When the Most High, Christ, the angels, when they judge a particular person, they're gonna judge them according to the matter.
Not here. Read that part again.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
And that which is done,
Mm-hmm.
that is is that which shall be done.
This might help you, Kwan. Read on.
And there is no thing, there is no new thing under the sun.
So now what does that mean? A warrior?
It's like it's nothing new that hasn't happened in the past. Nothing that's happening now that hasn't already happened in the past.
But we just keep it on the context of what we break it down. Go ahead.
Can this mean history repeats itself?
That's true, but we talking about what happened to people. Okay. Kwan?
It's practically just nothing new what they do every day.
Yeah, nobody is this is not your first time on the earth. That's all it's saying. Read it one more time.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
From the top.
Mm-hmm.
Come. The thing that have been.
Ain't no sweat, bro. We just know what's on your playlist now. That's all. What the hell that is? Reading on.
Young Thug.
Hey. No, I was just messing with you. But read it again out.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that have been.
The thing that have been. Read.
It is that which shall be.
It was what?
It is that which shall be.
Yeah.
I use the scripture when it's talking about reincarnation. Like you was a black man in your past life. In your past, what has been, that's what it's gonna be in the next life.
That's expounding on the point, right? But the whole point of it is here's the main point. If you lived in the past, you're gonna live in the future. Sis?
So is deja vu real?
No. Well, I forgot what even the hell is deja vu. Go ahead.
Deja vu is basically it's like you think like, damn, I did this before. It was like a repetitive.
No, that would go against what we about to read. Okay, let's read on.
All right, come. And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Is what?
Is that which shall be done.
Now you can expound on that. You can expound on that a little further. Or
see if I can precept it with this one.
Before you precept it, just break down this part here. Otherwise, we're gonna be all over the place.
Come on, God. They say that which is done, that which should be done.
Let me sum it up for you. You was a prophet in the past. You're gonna be a prophet in the future. Everybody understand? You was what am I looking for? Sadducee and Pharisee in the past. You're gonna be you one today. Everybody understand? If you don't believe me, just read it one more time.
And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
That is what?
There is no new thing under the sun.
Everybody understand?
Yeah. This is why Christ says, those who teach men not to do the law will be least in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, my hand. You understand? These people there's plenty of people that teach not to obey God's law that's die. When they are born back into the earth, they're gonna be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Everybody understand? Read on.
Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
See, this is what?
See, this is new?
Read.
It is, talk about that. It had been already of old time.
It had what?
It had already been of old time.
Read.
Which was before.
Which was what?
Which was before us.
Sis?
So I'm a little bit confused. So when you pass away and you come back, you're not like given another chance to come into some understanding. You're just gonna live that same life you live when you pass.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Everybody, of course, you know what I'm saying, when they born, you know what I'm saying. Rick, ask you a question one more time.
Are you given another chance to come into truth?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are given another chance. That is correct. To answer your question. All right. Read on.
Come. Verse 11. There is no remembrance.
Read verse 10 again. I want to break that down.
Come. Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
This is what?
This is new.
Read.
It have already been of old time, which was before us.
Which was what?
Which was before us.
Everybody understand? Which with this thing here is how what black people, when you see a certain children born, right? You see a child act a certain way. What do black people say about that child? Warrior? He been here before. You ever heard that? Why do you think people say that? Go ahead, come on.
Because he was here before.
Because he was here before. That's true. Go ahead.
Or because this child reminds them of a person that they know, or that they knew that died a long time ago. It's just the resemblance of that person.
And it's just to sum it all, black people, it's nobody more spiritual than we are. You know what I'm saying? It's meaning it's certain things that we just say naturally that's actually in the Bible. Right? We ain't educated on it. We saying it, whatever the case may be. But this is actually something that's been in a part of our culture. Everybody understand? Read on.
Come. Verse 11. There is no remembrance of former things.
Now, this is to answer your question, sister, about the whole deja vu. Read that part again.
There is no remembrance of former things.
What does that mean? Even though we all been here before, what does that part mean right there? Sis? Right, you don't remember who you were. Even saying that brothers was the prophets are who brothers who was prophets in the past life, you know what I'm saying, gonna be prophets now. No brother could come to you and say, yeah, I was the Apostle Paul. You see what I'm saying? Or somebody, brother, now you laughing, but you got people that come out there and do that, and people believe them. Somebody might come and say, yeah, of course, I read everything. I'm Jeremiah. See what I'm saying? Huh?
Or I'm the Holy Spirit.
Or I'm the Holy Spirit. But that's something different. That's a brother just claiming to be a spirit. I just want to keep it on, just so I don't lose nobody, saying that you're a person of old, from somebody from the past. You can't say that because this right here cuts that. Read.
Come. There is no remembrance of former things.
There's no even though you've been here before, you don't remember that your name. You don't remember. You might have been Sally Mae Johnson in your past life. You don't remember that. You understand? But you've been here before, right? Read on.
Come. Neither shall there be. Neither shall there be.
What verse you at?
Verse 11. Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come.
Read on.
With those that shall come after.
Okay, what does that mean? Go ahead.
Even in the future, nobody in the future gonna be able to tell you that they was you in your past life.
Right. Even meaning this. You don't remember what happened in the past. You living right now. You're going to eventually die. When you born back into the earth again, you ain't going to remember you was a warrior, you know what I'm saying, teaching on 930, what's our address? 938 East 79th Street. You're not going to remember you was Lamakia. None of that. Everybody understand? All that's going to be gone. DA?
I think a lot of people's misconception about deja vu is them thinking that this is something that they seeing that happened in their past life, when really deja vu is really something where you remember something that you did before and you did it again in this life. But what I know is that it's really just a subconscious something that happened in your subconscious that you see happen with you being conscious. So it just really ain't got nothing to do with your past life, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot of people do think it is.
What I've been taught, I've been in school going on 10, 11 years. What I've been taught, we don't deal with none of that up in here. You know what I'm saying? Deja vu or any of that. You understand? If something, then happened 3 times and you feel like, I'm living that all over again. I wouldn't even dive into that. Everybody understand? I pray who cares that this is the 4th time, that you've seen Joe smack. It just really, you just into your mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's the 7th time that you smoked the blunt. See, I smoked this blunt the same way. And see, I remember that dope fiend getting shot. You don't remember it. It's Go ahead.
So when it's all said and done and Christ come back and those of us that make it into the kingdom, how will we get the satisfaction of seeing our oppressors being in a situation that we were once in.
How will we get the satisfaction?
Yeah.
Anybody want to answer that? Kyle.
I believe, like say we born into the kingdom, we're gonna have to go through schooling and all that again, be re-educated.
There you go.
So once we learn about how they did us, we definitely gonna be rejoicing on watching them go through what they went through.
What precept before what you just asked? I mean, you have to be on the wine. I might get that oil if you answer this. Give me the oil. Give me the oil right here. If you answer this right, I might douse.
5K right now.
Go ahead.
I was gonna go to one of my favorite scriptures for that, Isaiah 4:10.
What does it say?
That ye shall.
Yeah, you got this one, Mecca. You on top of your game tonight. I get another water. Any ginger ale back there as well? All the water. Oh, you made it tell you ain't drunk. You ain't put this down. Iron second. You know, I ain't saying throw back water. I mean, don't be terrorizing this sister with all that health shit neither. I know you. Yeah, I'm talking to have a counsel about that. Terrorizing that sister with all that health shit. I know you on your sister. She is not the iron savior. You are.
There you go.
I already know, since I can read brothers. You know what I'm saying?
So she got one of them,
Man, that's true. Oh, I feel sorry for him.
Push up the drop.
There's a few brothers in here, man, who, you know, the minute I hear that they're having children, I'm worried for the children. Mark Yalla, he's one. Give him a hand. Mark had the baby doing the push-ups in the womb and shit. Is he in there doing push-ups? How can you tell? I don't hear him. I'm sorry, we in the game. I'm good. Where we at? Go ahead, Kawan.
Come. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1.
Okay, let's go there.
For the Lord.
Listen, so the sister's question is, now of course it says, you know, some of us are not going to die and be born into the kingdom. Well, some of us are. A lot of us going to be born into the kingdom and reign with Christ for 1,000 years. So we're gonna be living presently, go up in the chariots and actually see our oppressor, the so-called white man, be put in slavery. That's going to be satisfaction in itself. Yeah, you understand? Now, for those who don't, who die and are born back into the kingdom, like Kara saying, you're going to be educated on who these people are that we ruling over. You understand? And remember, we are spiritual people. You know what I'm saying? In spirit, it's going to bring you satisfaction, because a lot of people that's born into the earth that see our oppressor in slavery was people who got trampled and trodden and beat down by the oppressor. You understand? So we get it right now. Tell them where you at.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be drawn with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah, but this, I don't think this not answering the sister's question, though. Warrior. This is for, she want to know how is it that you can be born? If I'm saying it right, how can you be born in the kingdom and have satisfaction that you got white people in slavery now, seeing that you born? Everybody understand that you're born into the earth. You meaning, how is it that you don't remember that these people ruled over you, correct? But you're born in rulership over them. So how does that give you satisfaction, right? So now, you know what I'm saying? I need my precept. I know where I would go, but
I'm gonna try this. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Psalms 137.
If you don't get it right, up that hill with the Hebrew Academy guys on Sunday 15. If you miss it, I would. What?
Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
That's a good precept. I wouldn't go there first. You understand? Well, this is where I would go. Is this the man that made kingdom shake? and that, you know what I'm saying, let's get that. Then I would go to where you talking about a warrior, and
that is Isaiah 14 though.
He's in it. That's why I knew Quan was close. Give him a hand for being close.
I can read the whole thing, Cap. I can read the whole thing.
No, you gotta go straight. We ain't reading the you know what? 21. 15 verses down. Now you gonna read. Now you want the credit. Now you gonna read. That is something. Tell me where we at. Is this the man? I think it's 12, man.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse start at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Or you want to start at verse 12?
Well, 12 is really where it starts.
Start at 12.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12.
Also, somebody give the precept for me. Ask thy father, and he shall tell thee. Go ahead, read that.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12.
Go ahead.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
How thou what?
Fallen from heaven, O Lucifer.
Most people think Lucifer is some red-faced man with horns coming out his head. This is what the Christian church teaches. This is another problem with the Christian church, is that you teach black people that the devil is underground. And the UPK, we teach that the devil walks across American soil.
Right.
We in the UPK, we teach that the devil is driving that cop car that's gonna split your head in two.
Right.
You understand? Because your tail light is out. You understand? And up here we teach, you know what I'm saying, the white man is gonna gouge both of your eyes out of your head just because you came back from World War II in a uniform. And you hate to see a black man fight for your country to say, you know, that's some deep racism there. Niggas go over and fight a war for America, come back, and white people, you know what I'm saying, basically have the whole country in the uproar because black men are walking around in uniforms. Mm-hmm. One cat, you know what I'm saying, you look at this store, I forget his name. He came back from World War II, drove a bus. He asked the bus driver, could he get out and piss? The bus driver told him, nigga, go sit back down. You see what I'm saying? He refused to go sit back down because he feel like, hey, I didn't win and fought this war. I know we second-class citizens, but we should be accepted now. He gets off the bus, go piss. The bus driver calls the cops. You understand? The cops come, take that black billy club they got. Take the black billy club. They beat this brother down and gouge pop both his eyes out his head. The brother is blinded for the rest of his life. You know, and you telling me, meanwhile, your preacher is telling you the devil was underground. The devil was the one that put the crack. Why you think your people was on crack? The devil put crack in your communities.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The devil was rushing all your young men to prison. Okay? Read from the top.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven?
How thou fallen from what?
From heaven.
Here go heaven again. Heaven, you know what I'm saying, meaning what? Power, authority. White people are in heaven. You in these ghettos, you in hell. Go to where these white people live at. It's peace, harmony. They front door is unlocked. Their car is unlocked. The dog running around in the front yard with no gate because he got an electrical gate. You understand? They flying to France. White people travel all over the world. They got $100,000 in their bank account. They good to go. Everybody understand? They are in heaven. Read.
O Lucifer, son of the morning.
Son of the what?
Son of the morning.
Why is the Lord calling Lucifer the son of the morning? A warrior?
Because he the one shining right now.
Right. In the morning, the sun is out, and there's no time that the sun shines brighter than in the morning. That's why the Lord is calling him son of the morning. Even the picture that they have of Christ, they got the sun behind. Everybody understand? Read.
How art thou cut down to the ground?
How that what?
Cut down to the ground.
One day this man is going to eventually fall. And I know it's hard to believe because he's in such power and authority. But how did this who?
Cut down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Which did is weaken the nation.
Which did, hold on. Well, I felt like he skipped some. Read verse 12 again.
Come on. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground?
Read.
Which did is weaken the nation.
Which did what?
Weaken the nation.
What does that mean? Weaken the, how did this oppressor weaken the nation? A warrior?
He subdued the earth. He made everybody bow down to him and his power.
Yeah. That's to give a warrior a hand. You understand? The Native American Indians were weakened when Christopher Columbus came over here. They was one strong. America, they put up a map of America, and every state in America was at one time inhabited by the Native American Indians. Right? Everybody understand? Or the Seminole Indians. This whole place was inhabited. The white man come over here. Now the Native American Indians is on reservations. So-called black people. You lived on the West Coast, even though your homeland is in the Middle East. We was living on the West Coast part of Africa, and harmony, peace, had an economy. All that got destroyed once they put us in slavery. He weakened the nations. Read.
Mm-hmm. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend unto heaven.
The Lord, Esau said what?
Said in thy heart, I will ascend to heaven.
What does that mean? I will ascend to heaven. Keep reading.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
I will do what?
Exalt my throne above the stars of God.
This is a twofold. Break it down. Warrior.
So like I said, at some point, us being the children of God, we was in rulership. So the so-called oppressor, the white man, his whole goal was to actually come above us and actually to rule the skies.
Get it, brother. Hand. The stars on Earth is the stars on Earth. When it's in the Bible, it's talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You supposed to be the stars right here on the Earth, meaning you the one that's supposed to shine. You the one people that all nations, Chinese, Arab, Africans, they supposed to look at us and say, look how beautiful these people are. Right. Not just how beautiful they are and their customs and how they dress, but look at the laws that they have. Look at how morally they right. Everybody understand? We supposed to be the stars. Well, Esau said in his mind that we're gonna sit on top of heaven. Heaven in this is talking about you. The stars also is talking about you, but this is a twofold, right? This is talking about us as a people, but it's also talking about something physically. Read it one more time.
But thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
I will do what?
Exalt my throne above the stars of God.
What else do we use to break down? A warrior?
The white man's space program.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He said he's going to ascend into heaven. Heaven is talking about what? Three things. The condition. You understand? The actual sky up there with the clouds and all that. And then outer space. You understand? Those is the three heavens, right? And so this is what it's talking about. He said he's going to read it one more time.
But thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven.
I will what?
I will ascend into heaven.
I
will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Read on.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
I will do what?
Sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
In the what?
In the sides of the north.
Right. You understand? What does that mean? Basically what we just broke down. You know what I'm saying? Read the first part again. I want y'all to get this. Read that again.
But thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven.
And he done that. You understand? He went, cracked that ozone. The ozone is laying wide open right now from him going back and forth through there right now. And that's in the Bible. Somebody get for me the windows on high are open. Okay, read it from the top one more time.
For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven.
He said he in heaven. He on top of the moon. He's up there. Read.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Yeah, that's crystal clear. Read on.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
In the where?
In the sides of the north.
What is that talking about? A warrior?
It's talking about them being above us, putting us in captivity.
But what's the key part they want to bring out? In the sides of the
in
what?
the sides of the north, where we right here in North America.
North
so
America.
On top of us, right here.
There you give it up to him. Once again, the Bible was full of prophecies. You know what I'm saying? In the side of the North America. All right, read on.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
He gonna do what?
Ascend above the heights of the clouds.
Right now, he putting together a space program. Not what it's called, a space force. America building a space force to fight the Most High. Everybody understand? Did y'all find that precept for me? The windows on high are open.
Oh, I found the other one.
If the windows on high are open, if I could. Yeah, I gotta be quick on that. Read 14. Now read 14 one time.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I will what?
I will be like the Most High.
What does that mean? Go ahead.
It's like he's saying, he gonna be God above on the earth.
Yeah, he
gonna look to him as the power and authority.
Yeah, he went out of space and sitting on top of the moon and other planets up there because he wants to be in the position of the Most High. And yet everybody understand, instead of him serving the Most High, he wants to be the Most High. Everybody get it? You got what I need? Tell them where you at.
Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. And he that cometh out of the midst of the pit shall be shaken, shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open.
From the what?
The windows from on high are open.
Talking about that ozone layer that's laying wide open. You know what I'm saying? It's like a window. Remember the ozone, they used to have to time the ozone. You can't, if you went through the ozone when it was closed, what would happen to the ship? Musical hands in there. Come on.
Shit was closed.
It would blew up. So then Esau figured out that you had to time it before you took the spaceship through it. You understand? Close, open, close, open. But now, what didn't happen to they done went through so many times? What has happened to the ozone? Go ahead.
It's just staying open.
It's just what?
It's just open.
Read that part again.
For the windows from on high are open.
That window that open and closes. Now just imagine, you know what I'm saying, you got a house, the window is just open now. What would you say about the house? Well,
it's open.
You give me, but I would say it's open, but if you imagine you got a house and the window, what's the whole purpose of having the window? Go ahead.
To keep things out.
Right, keep things out, you know what I'm saying? When it's cold, you know what I'm saying? That's why what's the problem with the earth right now? Go ahead.
Since the ozone is open, like you're saying, that's why we got all this messed up weather.
Global warming, earthquake, all these different things happen because the windows on high are laying wide open. Everybody understand? Kwan.
And then too, what you're saying, because a few days ago, NASA just released a video of a meteorite that just flew into North Carolina.
Goddamn.
Now, if we happen to have our ozone layer, maybe that meteorite could have exploded.
Yeah, because the ozone ain't meant to be laying wide open. That's why the Lord put it there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Certain things that ain't supposed to come inside the earth, just like it ain't. The window was put there, you know what I'm saying? So certain things ain't supposed to come into your damn house. Right. You see what I'm saying? Now you leave the window open, bees flying in and everything. You watching your 50th grade TV, so a bee stay right on the side of your day. You're like, well, damn, just because your window open. The white man don't understand that. Right. You see what I'm saying? He's a child. You see what I'm saying? You supposed to be like a father to him. You supposed to teach him, well, listen, we can't keep going through the ozone. It ain't meant for us to go out of space. Right. God created everything man need right here on Earth. Right. There's no need. I don't want to go to Mars and be standing up there talking about look at the floating. There's an Esau up in there doing all that. Give me a beer. Give me my woman. Give me a grill. I don't need to be up there floating. Everybody understand? Jacob is a simple man.
I say what you said. Like, Jacob was a simple man. He was chilling in the tents.
Yeah, Esau, he just can't. This guy can't sit down. Now. He just got to keep going. Everybody understand? Oh, go ahead.
It's more on this to help everybody realize that this is talking about the ozone layer.
Go ahead, bro.
For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake.
They do what?
Do shake.
It's crystal clear. Everybody understand. You probably want to write this precept down, you know what I'm saying, for your ozone layer precept. And so I won't have to, answer it again. I'm just saying. Read on. Of course you will, though. Anything. That's my job. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's it.
Well,
let's move on. Let's move on. Time's sake. Well, let's go back to Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I will what?
I will be like the Most High.
Read on.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Everybody, did we read what I want to read? Okay, read on.
Verse 16. They that see thee.
They that what?
They that see thee.
Read.
Shall narrowly look upon thee.
They shall do what?
Narrowly look upon thee.
What is it to narrowly look upon somebody? A warrior?
Like look at him with a squint, like side eye.
Like just they like black people talk.
Amazing.
Right. Meaning, just to answer your question, sis. Meaning, we're gonna be teaching our black, our oppressor, white people. I don't want to use the word. They're gonna be beat down so bad that when you teach your kids that these are the people that used to rule over us, they're not gonna believe it. They're gonna say, ain't no way in the world that these people, these read it one more time.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee.
They shall do what?
Narrowly look upon thee.
The narrowly look upon somebody to say, you talking about this cat here? This who robbed you? No, not him. That's what it is to narrowly look at somebody like, nah, I don't believe that. Right. Everybody understand? Read it from the top again.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee.
And what?
Narrowly look upon thee and consider thee.
What is the consider thee? Is what I just said. Ain't no way. These people here, like you, it's hard to put it in your head because you looking at one of the prophets of the Lord who taught me, said this is hard for you to imagine ruling over white people because they're in their authority and power now, right? But you haven't seen them when they on the bottom and they poor. Where is you? Yes, you look. Drive to a trailer park. Drive to a trailer park and see what poor white people look like. They're gonna look 10 times worse than that. You understand? Right now, you seeing them in their authority and their power, and they look good and promiscuous and all that. But wait till you see them when they on the bottom. You understand? Read.
Saying, is this the man?
Is who?
Is this the man?
Is this the cat right here? Read.
That made the earth to tremble.
That did what?
That made the earth to tremble.
Read on.
That did a shaking kingdom.
That did what?
That did shake kingdom.
You telling me your children gonna look at you and say, you telling me these cats used to rule on, they used to have us in slavery? It's hard for me to believe that because first of all, we in power and look at them on the bottom. Just like it's hard to believe, and I just flip it to now. It's hard to believe when people look at y'all that people say that this is God's chosen people. If you just take a bus through the ghetto right now and they get the point to drive through the south side or west side or any city in America where poor black people live and say, this is God's chosen people, do you think somebody will believe that? Why? I'm asking the sister, why?
Because of the condition we're in?
That's because that's why. Get a sister a hand. You know what I'm saying? Because of the conditioning. Oh, this is the cat here supposed to come. Take this card, yeah. All right. Any more on that, Warrior? We done. Okay. Anything else we holding? Just give me a time check.
It's 808.
Stay awake. With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer Ron.
Isupk security announcements. We are the Isupk. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and the sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashma. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
What's next? What's more?
Feast of dedication.
The Feast of Dedications.
That's right.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. With that, courtesy salute. Men of Israel, a margin. Courtesy salute to the priest. Men of Israel, Madu Sabah, Madu, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Yazmatah, SARS. Men of Israel, courtesy salute to the sisters. Madu Sabah, Madu, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Yazmatah, class dismissed.